All right. Okay, we should be live. My timer is acting weird, but we should be live. For whatever reason, my timer is moving in 5-second increments. So that's weird. Shout out to everybody. It is Friday. Friday. And this is probably the happiest Friday of my life, or at least I won't say of my life, of this year, because I did not know yesterday, I did not know that I didn't have to work today. I found out that I did not have to work today yesterday. And it's always better when an off day, a day off, pops up unexpectedly after you made up in your mind that you have to work. So happy Friday. And I want to get into a very serious topic, at least in my opinion. Now, there are several opinions on this. Shout out to Frederick Douglass in the building. He mentioned in the chat room, he said that he disagrees with me on this. He says, devils are imaginary, but dogs are real. We'll get deeper into that in this live stream. I want to take it easy on this live stream. I'm not constrained to a time. You know, my time is not limited like it is with all of my live streams that I do throughout the week. I do those live streams like immediately before I prepare to go to work. So prepare for a different live stream. Now, my most recent live stream got a lot of comments, and I want to deal with some of those comments. Very good comments. And I want to emphasize that this is not an attack against Satanists. I don't care what people do or what they believe in, as long as you're not out here endangering me, as long as you don't hurt me. I don't care what you honor, what you worship. Let's make that understood up front first, please. This ain't no holy crusade against Satanists. Oh, you're evil. Or I don't give a what you worship and give honor and praise to, as long as you're not endangering me. But it received a lot of good comments that I want to deal with. Let's go straight to those comments. One of the crazier live streams that I've done since I've been here on YouTube. Okay, now I'm going to scroll down to reveal the top comments first, because there were a lot of good comments that I may want to touch on. Yeah, horrible stuff. This is a difficult subject too. It was difficult narrating this very disturbing video. Where is it? Here it is right here. Shout out to King Babe, who pointed out Baphomet is a goat head. Said Baphomet is a goat. Let me see if I can increase the size here. Y'all can see this. Baphomet is a goat head. And what is on her shirt is a cow/bull skull. A cow/bull's skull. But since she's a pit bull owner, it might as well be Baphomet. Okay. Excellent comment. And this is an example of what I've been talking about for so long, how I don't cover everything in live stream. No matter how much I sit here and talk, I always complete the video and I realize that I forgot to say a lot of things. So I want to deal with that because a lot of people, it wasn't just King Babe who pointed that out, that what is on her t-shirt was a bull or cow. Now let's get her t-shirt back into the frame here. Very interesting. I've always been fascinated by the connection of Satanism with pit bulls. They basically honor pit bulls as a satanic image. And Baphomet is not Satan. A lot of people associate Baphomet with Satan. And, you know, a lot of times when I say stuff, I'm talking about how the general public or the majority of people view it or use it. See, with Satanism, it's a lot of symbolism with Satanists. Satanists are about symbolism heavily. And quite often, they'll use a bull or a bull's head to represent Satan or a demon. And whether it's Satan or a demon, it's all Satanism in my book, because demons are the minions of Satan. Now, as far as demons being imaginary, from my culture, and I think this is cultural differences between humans, demons it's an energy. It's like if take a serial killer, that's a demonic person. You are acting out an evil, very evil existence that hurts other people unprovoked, who are undeserving of being attacked. You're an evil spirit or slash demonic spirit. Now, these demonic people with this demonic energy who do demonic things, when I use that word, it's the same as saying evil. From my perspective, I can only give you information the way that my computer database gives it. This is how my brain functions. Demonic, same as evil. That's evil. That's demonic. Same thing. They will often use a bull instead of a goat. Now, from what I understand, it's the goat that's supposed to represent. The Baphomet is actually a goat, right? The Baphomet is a goat. But I'm saying that quite often, instead of a goat, Satanists will use bulls or the skull of a bull to represent Baphomet slash Satan. And a lot of people simply associate them as the exact same thing. Now, what I want y'all to do here is take a good look at that bull skull. Take a good look at that bull skull. Satanists often use that exact same bull skull to represent Baphomet. Baphomet is sort of like the Satan's representative, like a right hand demonic minion. Now I want to show y'all some examples. Now y'all see the thumbnail, okay, where pit bull lovers themselves have associated Satanism, has intertwined bully breeds in with Satanism. This shirt says, "Love pit bulls and hail Satan." Love pit bulls and hail Satan. Okay, you can get that on Amazon. Now, isn't this the exact same bull skull that you just saw on her t-shirt? Take a good look at it now. You see that? They got a human skull on top of the skull of a bull, right? Look at what it says. Galaxy, Satanic, Cross, Bull, Skull, Occult, Goat, Baphomet case. So the bull is supposed to represent Baphomet. That is the exact same skull that is on her shirt. So I'm not a Satanist. This is just what they do. Satanists do this. They use it, and it might be ignorantly. The people who do this, who will use a bull to represent Baphomet, that might be incorrect. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. I'm just saying This is what a lot of them do. And this is a good way to identify possible Satanists, people who are suspected to be Satanists. And this is a major red flag, in my opinion, because she has it right smack dead in the center of her chest, and she chose the skull of a bull. The skull of a bull. See, with Satanists, they will use anything that simply looks like the goat head, that simply looks like the Baphomet. And quite often, they will use a bull in place of Baphomet. In place of Baphomet. And shout out to Satan Per Kelly. A long time. He's been following my channel for years now. Shout out to Satan Per Kelly. And there are people like goths who follow my channel, who subscribe to my channel, like real goths. I don't mind goths or Satanists. As long as you're not harming me, potentially harming me, I don't care what you believe in. Yeah? So this is one of the examples of what they do, of what Satanists do. Quite often, instead of using a goat head, they'll use a bull head or a bull skull and say, to represent Baphomet. And Baphomet is like, a lot of people associate Baphomet with Satan and consider Baphomet Satan. Now look at this. iPhone Max Occult Gothic Pitbull Baphomet case. So now, instead of using the original Baphomet goat, they replace the goat with a bull, and they'll use a pit bull too. And look at how they've intertwined pit bulls with Satanism. I think there's a good reason why they feel drawn to pit bulls. The Satanists feel drawn to pit bulls. And, you know, if you embrace evil energy, I would imagine it would make it easier for you to endanger yourself, endanger your neighbors, your family, and not care. Not care. Just when you embrace that kind of energy, it's bound to have a negative or play out in a negative way in real life. Okay, so yeah, that was interesting. And I just saw this for the first time today, where they used, instead of Baphomet, they didn't use Baphomet head. They did not use a bull head. They used a pit bull. Now, I want to show y'all something else here. The way some of this stuff reads is truly incredible. Look at this. About this item, are you a Satanist? Do you believe Satan is your Lord and Savior? If you like Satanism, kneel before no God. Is a Baphomet your spirit animal? Gift idea for lovers of unholy Satan. Look and feel evil while wearing these graphic and occult style garments. These satanic and black craft gift, blah, blah, blah. You get the point. Okay, there's more. There is a lot more. But before I get into it, listen to this. Let's take another commercial break. And this is a commercial associated with the subject of this live stream.
If your toddler is afraid of dogs, it may be because they're overwhelmed by the energy of a large dog or its size.
No, it is because they are at a very young age. Kids are very aware that dogs are dangerous. Okay? That's why they're afraid of them. They look unsightly. They are evil creatures. Most evil creatures, you can sense that they're evil just by looking at them. Okay? Dogs look dangerous and they're always barking. Kids ain't dumb and they're not overwhelmed by no dog's energy. Y'all always talking about how kids got so much energy when it suits your argument.
So, what you need to do is allow your child to have experiences with dogs that are small and calm.
Small and calm. Then they immediately, let me take that off the screen. Then they immediately show a baby. Understand, this is a baby. They wrote kids and then showed a baby. This is very evil. It's really about that. This is the evil that I'm against. And understand, there may even be Satanists who follow me. I don't care what people personally believe. I care about what you're doing, what kind of effect you're having on others. And these people are encouraging others to endanger the helpless, the defenseless. They wrote kids and showed a flipping baby alone with a bully breed. That's a bully breed. That's one of them weird sausage face bully breeds. Crazy, with a fighting breed. And understand, that dog can kill that baby that you just saw. Alone. Don't need the help of no other dog. It can easily kill that baby. Now, listen to this.
Over time, as they grow and they gain confidence in knowing how dogs respond and react.
Now, in reality, what you're supposed to do is keep dogs away from them. As far away as possible. For the entire duration of your child's life, you keep dogs and you never bring them around dogs. That's what all parents are supposed to do. In a normal, sane world, that's what they're supposed to do. But because this is a sick, evil, satanic-like cult, they're giving advice that will maximize the chances of your kid being mutilated. And they, I suspect, look at that as a sacrifice, a blood sacrifice. Anytime people are encouraging you to do things that could possibly draw blood from your body, that could possibly bleed you, you need to be very critical about that.
And play, they'll be able to tolerate larger and larger sizes.
Now this you heard what she said. Let them play around with small dogs and work their way up to larger dogs. And then she said, then they can tolerate larger dogs. So they're saying that, they just can't tolerate. No, they feel that dogs are exactly what they are. Killers and child predators. They look dangerous. But ain't no baby or no kid going to tolerate a dog. She's saying that eventually your child will not be afraid to sacrifice him or herself. That's a more accurate statement. Your child will happily, that's when you desensitize them and numb them to the threat, which is very evil. That's very evil, man. You don't brainwash kids to play around with proven killers. It's as simple as I can put it. There's no way to justify that. Killers with brains you don't even understand. But you do know that they're bloodthirsty killers that kill for sport. And in this case, you're talking about breeds that were bred for fighting. That's over in your face evil.
Sizes. In addition, you should always teach your child the proper etiquette for how to approach a dog.
You saw that baby they put on the screen, those two babies. Do you think you're going to teach those babies proper pet etiquette? Do y'all think that's even possible? You're going to teach babies? Okay, let's listen. This is crazy.
If you meet an owner and a dog on the street and your child is excited and wants to pet it.
A baby. She's talking about babies, basically. 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. This is madness. So she's saying at the earliest age possible, if they're able to understand what a dog is, what she's suggesting is that you make the decision to go up to the dog and let your kid pet it. Generally, the kid is not going to ask unless you thoroughly train them and brainwash them to always ask to pet dogs when you see them. So when you see doggies, ask mommy to pet him. And then we'll go up and ask the nice man or woman if you can pet the dog, okay? Y'all telling them to do this. And then you want to turn around and say that this is just what they want, as if they independently wanted it. No, that's evil what you're doing. The whole culture, this is an evil process, an entirely evil scenario that maximizes the chances that blood will be shed. The blood of children. I will never be a part of that. I will always speak against that. You understand? And y'all will never project me as somehow negative in any way at all for bringing light or pointing out this is evil.
Is excited and wants to pet it, he or she needs to learn to ask the owner first if it's okay.
Now, what she's supposed to be saying is that if your child asks to pet a dog, you remind them that you are never to pet dogs. This is what she's supposed to be saying. If your kid sees a dog and wants to pet it, that means you're not doing your job at home as a parent. Because at home, you're supposed to be giving them thorough, lengthy lectures on why they should never go anywhere near dogs. At home, you're supposed to be showing them what dogs do to them on a daily basis. You're supposed to be telling them the truth. Don't ever try to project the truth as something that shouldn't be taught or said. So I don't want to hear no criticism about what I'm saying here. And again, any of you experts, you want to call in, let me know right now during this live stream. All of you I've been calling out, not just last week, but period. Or any of you who I haven't called out. You disagree with anything, you let me know. All right, now let's continue with this. I don't want to babble too long. People forget what she said. This is crazy.
Ask the owner first if it's okay. Then to only offer a hand to introduce.
For what? Do you know how much danger that kid would be in this moment? In front of a fighting breed, a breed that was bred to fight and kill, attack on instinct, unprovoked, and with a daily proven track record to boot. This is evil. That's evil. Now brace yourself. This only a 58-second commercial, but this is deep.
They offer a hand to introduce themselves to the dog and wait until the owner says it's okay to pet.
What? Go up, ask, hold your hand out towards the dog, and then ask the owner for permission to pet? What type of lunacy is that? On its face, this sounds very bizarre and dangerous. Uploaded seven years ago, has 12,000 views, has not been taken down, does not have age restriction. The comment section is not disabled. This is evil. This is evil. You're literally, that woman literally telling you how to sacrifice your child to creatures that attack them every single day. That's wow. That is wow. Now listen, I want y'all to understand, to be a content creator, and especially to make daily videos, you got to have thick skin. I understand that I have critics, and I don't care. And that's how you have to be a content creator. You're just putting your song out there. This is my understanding. I don't even have a problem with people who literally say, "Hail Satan," and all that nonsense. As long as you're not out here doing things that endanger other people. Now, there's this rapper, a very clumsy guy named ESTG. Very reckless. And he sold his soul to the devil. He literally said it on one of his songs. He said, and I quote, "I sold my soul back in September. We are going to ball forever." ESTG sold his soul. He made a pact. He was shot 4 or 5 times, went in a coma, and that's when he made his pact. And as soon as he recovered, he got a record deal. Well, he really blew up after his album, after he became after he sold his soul to the devil, to Satan, to a demon. They really sell their soul to demons, make pacts with demons and all this kind of stuff. This is what they do, and they get real results because the establishments bless them with wealth and fame after they shed blood, after they sacrifice a family member. And I'm saying literally, after they've humiliated themselves and disgraced themselves, which is another way of selling your soul. Okay, the establishment, and I'm talking about the most powerful, wealthiest people on the planet, give them wealth and fame after they make these pacts. So whether or not, you don't have to believe in Satan or demons. It's about people acting out evil behavior. Now, ESTG, after selling his soul, he immediately started an Instagram profile, and this was his very first post. Him next to a cow. And this is another example of how they use different animals. As long as they look like a Baphomet, they'll use it in place to represent Baphomet, to represent Satan, to represent some demonic entity. It really doesn't matter. But this is another example where he emphasized the main point is the horns. Anything with horns, they'll use to represent. They're big, very big on symbolism. And you really have to be deep into Satanism to understand what I'm talking about and to know that I'm telling the truth. They use a lot of symbolisms. And they do stuff like this. It's very weird. I'm not saying that it makes sense. It's kind of confusing. But this is sort of how they mask themselves. But this guy is very clumsy. He said a bunch of things that he shouldn't have said. So he drew horns on himself. And he's next to, in this is cow, bull, whatever. And this guy made a pact with a demon, with the devil, sold his soul. Okay, him being shot. Y'all remember Snoop Dogg talking about being shot, and as he was in a coma, made a deal with the devil. There is an endless number of artists who have talked about this. How they sold their soul and made a pact with a demon. That's just one of the ways. Others will make literal sacrifices. They'll sacrifice somebody close to them, and those people will actually die. Just look all this up. But he really blew up after his album, after he made his pact, after he dropped the album El Toro. And this is the album cover for El Toro. Here's another example of how they rightly or wrongly use the bull rather than the goat. It's weird, but that's what they do. And there's no doubt he using the classic satanic color scheme, red, black, and white. Sometimes it'll be just red and white or black and red. And that's just what they do. Now look, I ain't no scientist in Satanism. Be honest, I'm still learning it because they seem kind of confused, to be honest with you. Now look at this. A three-headed pit bull on an upside down five-pointed star, which is supposed to represent the head of Baphomet. This is satanic, called the last great Satan. Okay. A lot of weird stuff here. Y'all remember I shared, or I made a video about this. The Pit Bull Lobby and its satanic cult origins. See, these Satanists are out here doing evil things. That's all that matters. You don't have to literally believe in demons. I do. Many of them are living and breathing human beings. We're spirit beings. And there are a lot of evil people in the world. Those are demons. Some people are just strictly 100% all the time an evil person, acting out and doing the most evil, sick, most sick things you could possibly think of every day of their life, their pathetic life. Those are demons. Real demons. And these people are very powerful. They are at the highest levels of power in the world, and they're involved in this stuff. This is just the truth. How can people not see this? And whether or not you believe in real demons or Satan or the devil, I've never seen any of it. I've never seen no ghost. And it may not exist, but what I do know is these evil people here. Jane Berkeley used her wealth to launch the Pit Bull Lobby, pay for studies in favor of pit bulls, and rebrand the pit bull image to the public. Best Friends Animal Society, a popular nonprofit and pit bull advocacy group, originated in the 60s as a satanic cult called the Church of the Final Judgment. It was an offshoot of Scientology that used the same methods of collecting info for blackmailing members. This cult took part in satanic rituals, worshipped dogs, yet contributed to the dog fighting industry, and was accused of child and animal abuse. End quote. Pit Bull Lobby was born out of this woman's inheritance. Jane Berkeley. She is the founder of American Farm Foundation. Okay, I'm going to share a link to this for anybody unaware of this. They were accused of child abuse. They were accused of animal abuse. They were known for providing animals for satanic rituals. They'd worship animals, including a large cat statue. Despite worshiping animals, they contributed to dog fighting in the UK and United States. Yeah, let me share a link to this. Oh yes. Get comfortable, people. I'm going to take my time with this. Make sure I do it right. Now, there's more. What in the world is this? The Washington Post. Oh, the Washington Post. This is back in 2016. It's time to stop demonizing pit bulls. Pit bulls demonize themselves. That's the thing. You know, philosophy, it's hard to argue against a person's or people's philosophy. Okay, when I say that pit bulls are demonic creatures, they're demonic. The pit bulls themselves act that out. If they were harmless, that would make no sense. A lot of people, I believe, and I've heard this, when they say things like demonic or Satan or devilish, they're talking about an energy of a living and breathing organism, whether it be a human being or an animal. Both can act out evil. And in my opinion, evil is irrefutable. If I walk up and sock somebody in the face for no reason at all, that's evil. It's evil. I go shoot people, go shoot up. That's evil. I don't think evil is that sophisticated. I know a lot of people have their own interpretation. Hey, believe whatever your interpretation is. So these things act out. Listen, all dog owners know, all bully breed owners know especially, that they don't have full control over the brains of these things. They all know this. And they all know that they're taking a chance and that everybody is in danger. Anybody could be a victim. They know that. They all know that. And they take the chance anyways. For no reason, just to take the chance. Now, you don't have to believe this. I view that as evil behavior. I'm not going to risk other people, myself or other people's safety. I'm going to try my best to go about my day-to-day tasks without endangering people in any way at all. This is a proven on a daily basis threat. They prove it like overwhelmingly on a daily basis. The statistics are unbelievable. In every single country in the world, dog attack statistics are crazy high. It's unbelievable. This is the most proven threat the world has ever seen. Ever, ever, ever. So when I see a person walking down the street with one of these things, they are doing something that's evil. You're accompanying, enabling an evil demonic creature. I don't care if the dog refuses to attack 1 million people and attacks the 1,000,001 person. That dog has been evil its whole worthless life. And the fact that they're all willing, dogs, there's no dog in the world that's above attacking anybody, whether it be a random human or its owner. The ones that haven't attacked yet simply haven't attacked yet. They're content with you being a unusual organism, food dispenser, giving it a constant supply of food for absolutely nothing. It's done nothing for you. And they don't do things like that. That's a very unusual and abnormal thing to do for any animal. To treat these things like human children. Very abnormal. So the ones that haven't attacked you yet, it's very understandable why they haven't. But ain't nobody gonna tell me that they wouldn't, that they're somehow above it, got too many morals. They have been proven to not possess morals at all. totally incapable of feeling guilt. This is a fact. The lobe responsible for feelings like that and emotions like that is dysfunctional in their brain. Okay? These are evil creatures, irrefutably. The possession of them is evil. And I'm willing to stand on that in any debate with anyone. I stand on that forever. There's no reason why these things shouldn't be gotten rid of. At the very least, the ones that were bred to attack and that have been proven to feel very good on a chemically as they launch attacks. It's so bad. They tell you if they attack once, you have to put it down because after it gets a taste for blood, sounds like a demonic creature to me, it's basically guaranteed to attack again in the future if it attacks once. That's not a creature that doesn't want to attack. That's not a creature where attacking is abnormal for its natural character. Anybody who tries to argue that it is will sound like a lunatic. Simple as that. Okay, let's continue. Let us continue. Oh, let us continue with this crusade against these worthless mutants in their enabling, knowingly or unknowingly, evil lifestyle. Baphomet image, the Baphomet image. As far as I'm aware, many of them don't include statues of children. Why did they put this in here? I don't know if the original had children next to it or not. Whether or not it did, I think is irrelevant. Why put them there in the first place? That is sick. You know, it's sick enough to create some demonic image unless you're using it, being subdued or conquered. Okay? Just doing that itself is weird and cringe and evil. And honoring it, if you're honoring it in any way. But to put children looking up to it, with the expression, the energy they're giving off, idolizing it, that's sick. And that's a demonic image. From what I understand, the Baphomet is not Satan, but a lot of people assume it's Satan or associated with Satan. And I'm not saying Satan is real, but evil is real. And to me, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. The only evil we understand is living and breathing evil. So I can't speak beyond that. I do believe in the spirit realm, but I don't understand it. The only spirit realm I understand is in human form. So when I speak, I'm never speaking the way a lot of religious people speak. And that's no swipe against them at all. I respect a good number of Christians, Muslims. Muslims write me all the time. Shout out to the Muslims and a lot of people who sent me email. No, I'll wait to the end. But I'm going to go over some emails. Big shout out to all the emails I've gotten. Some of these images are a little too graphic. Oh yeah, a little too graphic for me. Okay. But I'm going to share a link decoding the symbols on Satan's statue published by the BBC. I'll share a link to that. Okay. Now, look at this. Now, what is that? Is that a cow or a bull? Ain't a cow and a bull kind of the same thing? I ain't no animal expert. Listen, I don't make no secrets. I never pretend to know about something I don't know about. Or at least I try not to. You can always do it, unknowingly. But what is this? This is a cow or a bull. It looked different from a cow. And it kind of looked different from a bull. What is that? Or what kind of animal is that? Whatever it is, they're using it to represent Satan. Don't panic, it's satanic. You got an upside down cross and the Baphomet symbol on the back. Should I make this 18 and over? I don't know. It seemed like an edgy subject. I don't want to offend anybody. Let me know if this is the type of video I should put 18 and over. I don't like to do that because it really limits the viewers, but let me know. I need to reach out to YouTube. But I don't know what this is, okay? But it looked different from a bull, looked different from a... Okay, we got a dog fanatic in the room. Mr. Payne had to silence a dog. Shout out to Mr. Payne in the house. Okay, here's another one. This is kind of creepy here. Well, what is this? Okay, what is that? I don't know what that is. But I think it's supposed to be like satanic. Oh, let me pull that back up. Wait a minute. I just closed out an important window here. Sorry about that. Let me get that. Snack that. There we go. Oh boy. Yeah, what in the world is this? Okay, get out of here. Check this out. What is that? A bullhead. Or at least that's what it says. Bullhead, red goat, devil's Satan pentagram. See, they're all over the place. The Baphomet supposed to be a goat. Why are you using bullheads? And it's everywhere. Like if you do the research, they do this everywhere. Instead of using a goat head, they use a bull head. At least they wrote bull here. Okay, the bull, goat, okay. And they're here. The bull is representing Satan. They don't even write Baphomet in here in this description. It's like, okay, they're all over the place. So, well, okay, this was my understanding when I pointed that out, because that's a pretty major thing to say about to suspect about someone. I suspect she's a Satanist. Okay, let me be clear. I suspect she's a Satanist. Well, anybody who walk around with these symbols, look at this. Satan's horde. Isn't that a bull? That's a bull. That's a bull. Shout out to Wandering Fuels in the super chat, and shout out to Wandering Fuels for the email. I'm going to go over a few of the emails today. And thank you very all of them. I'm so in love with this book. I've seen a lot of very short books too that have been very popular, and that gave me so much confidence because I would rather it be short as possible, because I want kids to read it. I want them to read it. So yeah, they're all over the place. I don't know if y'all should be able to see this. My live stream is playing funny tricks on me. Sorry about that. Bear with me. But yeah, this looked like the Chicago Bull. You know what I'm saying? Here, wait a minute. Let me try to refresh this thing here. Bear with me here. Okay, yeah, y'all should be able to see it. I don't know why my OBS is showing something. It's showing the previous screen that I had up. I guess it's lagging. It's like real slow. But yeah, they got the Chicago Bull, and this, like, in here they're using it not to represent Baphomet. They're using it to represent Satan. At least they wrote Satan's horde. But I think some of these people use the bull to represent Baphomet. You know, I think because they seem all over the place in every other area. So yeah, that is what I was saying. And it, you know, in that video, yeah, I don't like that. And I see that a lot. And they've made the connections. They've connected pit bulls with, it's the Satanists themselves that have incorporated pit bulls almost. And you see a lot of them donned in black. It's the Satanists themselves. And that's not a swipe against anybody who wear black. Wear black all you want. Sometimes I wear all black. Again, it's about what you're doing. It's about what you're doing. And that sort of reminds me of vegans. And I mentioned this before, how I don't like to tell people that I'm vegan. I've always been that way. I'm still that way. I don't like to tell people. And it's only when I get cornered, you know, when I refuse to eat, when everybody having lunch, you know, somebody eventually asks me why, or pressure me, you know, yeah, I don't eat meat. I don't like to tell people that, because they immediately associate you with being an advocate for animals and stuff like that. It's like they now I respect animals very much, but it's not a complaint. I became vegan for health reasons 100%. 100%. And that's nothing, no swipe against animals. It's just that wasn't my reason. It wasn't my reason. I mean, it helps. Yeah, I don't want to contribute to the systematic slaughtering of animals. And really, you know, I'm a cultural dude, and my ancestors are always respecting animals. A lot of old cultures and a lot of, and pretty much all cultures around the world have a history where their ancestors respected some type of animals. And dogs hate animals. They hate animals. They attack more animals than any other animal. They've driven several animals into complete extinction. They're evil creatures. All they do is destroy, destroy, destroy. That's evil. You destroy all life. That's evil. I believe I can identify evil. This is my interpretation of evil. Yours may be different. That's fine. These things are, in my opinion, the most accurate representative of evil on this planet. Dogs, in general, pit bulls are the extreme example. The extreme. They're like over the top, like berserk, like dogs on steroids. And literally, that's what they are. You see the jack muscles? Literally. Pit bulls are dogs on steroids. They have fed dogs steroids. Many of them still do. Irrefutable evil. They destroy not only human life, all life, including plant life. They even destroy the quality of our air. That's a proven fact. Proven fact. So if you bringing one of these things inside your home and you got kids inside your home, I'm sorry. And I'm not saying that people, all I can say, I can't read nobody's spirit or like that. I don't know how you're going to be judged in the afterlife. I'm saying that your actions are evil. What you're doing is evil. Just like you can do something stupid. And people who have made it a lifestyle to do evil things, to me, these are demonic entities. They have no remorse. They, for example, endanger other people every single day. That's evil. And that's not a personal attack against anybody. I'm saying you're doing something evil, just like you can do something smart, just like you can do something stupid. When I talk about evil, and that's being honest. That's my most honest understanding of evil. Is that's the best way for me to identify it, how you function, how you operate, which is the most important. That's the most important thing. You can say whatever you want. You can talk as much crazy stuff as you want. As long as you're not hurting or violating people or offending any people with your words. As long as you're not being disrespectful, condescending, sarcastic. You paying your bills. You're not endangering people in any way. You don't own dogs. You can talk as much craziness as you want. The only thing that matters is how you operate on this earth. Now, do you agree with that or not? I agree with that. I agree with that. Man, what in the world? Are we having technical problems? My OBS, it's not my OBS, it's my YouTube studio. Here, bear with me. I'm going to try to refresh it. Oh my goodness. My OBS is working fine. It's my YouTube studio. It seems like it's always out of sync. Okay. Hopefully we all see the same. Hopefully we all see the same screen. Right? So yeah. And it was a sad story, man. That girl, she just was not crying. That's a fact. I know, these are, when I point stuff like that, it's kind of difficult making these videos. It is difficult. It's not kind of difficult. I'm pointing something out. That's a big thing to point out. But the truth is that she was not crying. She was not crying, but she sounded like she was. We're not allowed to notice that. Like, what is going on? Why don't everybody see that? This seems easy to understand to me. That confused me. And I'm honest, I would just rather people not do stuff like this. That's crazy. Now somebody's permanently disfigured for life, or some of them get killed. What a crazy, crazy part of the world. And that's ultimately what I'm doing here. Pointing out a crazy part of the world, just like all other media outlets. They just report on what Joe Biden's doing, what Donald Trump is doing. I don't like talking about what other people say. I don't care what people say. What you want. What do you care about? I'm ultimately worried about safety, my own safety included. This involves my own safety and your own stupid safety. The nutters too. You'll be saving them from themselves. The majority of people, well, I won't say the majority, because I don't truly know. But a great deal of the victims is the dog owners themselves. Many of you would be saved. Now you know it's irrefutable that they have no place on this earth when the people who love them the most would have their death rate eliminated and the number of them mauled, mutilated for life, disfigured, a great deal of them. Jacqueline Durant's, the Brooklyn Currys of the world. And this is, man, at billions or trillions at this point. Unbelievable. Now, this is easy. Y'all, people, I know people have their opinions. They try to look at me as some type of lunatic. You know? But I'm saying, explain how I'm a lunatic. How am I, and you know, what, I'm not rude. Nutters, listen, nutters, is that an offensive word? Is that disrespectful? I've always been curious. Is that a disrespectful word? Do y'all believe that's an offensive, disrespectful? Nutter? I don't think that's offensive. I don't get offended when people call me dumb, stupid. Y'all see people say stuff about me all the time. I don't care. I don't care. Now I might address some things, like if y'all wrong about something, I'll address that. And I'm not doing that here in this video. This ain't no, crazy beef-like response. I just wanted to clarify for people why I connected this shirt with the possibility of her being a Satanist. And even if she's honest, she'd have to admit, yeah, I would understand why you would suspect that I could possibly be a Satanist. And I'm seeing a lot of owners of pit bulls specifically decked out like this with the little symbols, the little color schemes. Y'all saw in the UK when it was a protest for XL bullies, all the black. It was like mobs of just black, red, black. Like, what? Is that just coincidence? I mean, I don't know. Do the people in large groups, when a bunch of people meet up in the same place in large groups, do the goths sort of isolate themselves apart from everybody else? Do they link up, attract each other, like with a magnetic force, and suddenly they're all huddled into one group? Is that how it works? Because I'm seeing this too often. I'm seeing it too often. And I look into a lot of stuff. I research a lot of stuff. The Kabbalah, all religions. I'm the typical, reader type. And I just see the connections here. It's like, I'm seeing, and it all makes sense. Why wouldn't a Satanist admire something that very disproportionately launches unprovoked attacks and always or usually is responsible for the most gruesome attacks? Why wouldn't they admire a creature like that? That's why they shape the pit bull ears in the shape of horns. Y'all see that thumbnail? That thumbnail that I had? Not this one. I think it was for that video. Let me go to my channel. See if I can show y'all this. Okay, where is it? Right here. This thumbnail here. Hope y'all can see that. When they do this, that's them using symbolism again. The pit bull's face is supposed to encompass the upside down 5-pointed star. The tips of its ears being the two tips of the star. The other tips being the point of its jawbones, and the lower tip being the extremities, center point of its chin. It's supposed, which is the same thing as the Baphomet head, as it encompasses the upside down 5-pointed star. That's what they're doing. It's just not in an overt way, and it doesn't have to be, and it often never is. And these artists use symbolism like that. They'll put clouds in the shape of a skull and bones on purpose, and it might be very faint. They do stuff like that. I'm not making a theory or nothing like that crazy. This is just what they do. And I'm saying they deliberately did that, and they deliberately do that. They purposely try to shape the things to look like demons, to look like a Baphomet, like have a Baphomet-like image. They make the connections, not me. They have these things. They just like they will substitute, rather than have a goat represent Baphomet, have a bull. Rather than a bull, a pit bull. They do that. They do that. They do that. I believe that. Now, of course, you can't prove it if they don't admit it, and they may have even done it. Let me see if I can find one. I'm about to look right now. Let me see. If anybody knows of an image, share it in the room. I will share it. Let's see if I can find it right now. Let me see. Oh, we about to see here. I don't know why I haven't even looked for it yet. No, I haven't looked for it yet. But I'm telling you, that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. I know how they do. And just in case you're wondering what I'm talking about, I'm about to show you right now. Hope y'all can see this. This is not the pit bull. This is the air Baphomet. Here's another one. The upside down 5-pointed star, the lower extremity of his chin. The ears is the Baphomet, not the pit bull. And the horns. You see how it's not a perfect star. The shape of its head is not a perfect star. It doesn't have to be. That's what artists do. It's not perfect, but you see the shape there. And you can see it yourself. You don't have to see the outline of the star to see it there. And they do the same thing with pit bulls, and they did the same thing with the pit bull head or face in that image, which is very crazy. Like, is it just a coincidence that that thing functions like the demon of dogs, like as if the pit bulls or the bully breeds are Satan and all other dogs are its demons? Is that just a coincidence that the dog backwards is God? Is that just coincidence, and that's also associated with Satanism, all the backwards and all this kind of stuff? Just so happens that the creature whose name backwards is God carries out the evil, is the one that kills all the other animals, and it's all crazy and satanic behaving. Just evil, evil, evil. I don't care if it ain't never attacked nobody. Y'all know I don't care about that type of nonsense. I don't care if a worthless mutt ain't never even snapped at nobody. It is still worthless. And snapping at somebody is not above it. Because of that, I don't respect them. The worthless mutt, I don't care if it never attacked nobody. If it does attack somebody, it won't care. That's an irrefutable fact. Now you have to admit that. Come on now. Are there any dog lovers? You have to admit that. That's an irrefutable fact, isn't it? Man, oh man. Now let me go to these emails. Big shout out to all the emails that I've gotten. Got some I'm gonna have to go over them in a live stream. I am going to go over them in a live stream. Shout out to someone said, as a Muslim who lives in Germany, bring almost brainwashed thinking that owning a dog will be the solution to my loneliness instead of focusing and passing my exams and getting married. I'd like to thank you sincerely for your efforts. Thanks, bro, for being the only sane voice against dogs in YouTube. Big shout out to him. I don't want to put anybody's name on blast, but just so you know, I'm definitely not the only sane voice. There are a lot at this. It's like dozens, dare I say dozens at this point, dozens of anti-dog content creators. Make sure you check the home page, and anybody who can provide a list. I haven't seen a list. I need to make one, but I'm doing too much at this point. If anybody can make a list, very much appreciate that. Number of anti-dog. Now, they all may not be to your liking. But I'm very lenient with the quality of people's content. I look for, the message and stuff like that. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but be sure to check them out. Also, big shout out to AJ. Somebody said they're hidden. Now listen, I don't hide people. Just so everybody know, I don't hide people. I don't go around blocking, hiding comments. YouTube is just doing that. They do it to my comments, to other channels. It'll be vanished. Don't nobody see it. Sometimes I'm the only one that sees it. I think as people can make comments where only the content creator can see them, and the person who posts them can see them. Like, you'll be able to see them, but nobody else will be able to see them. We can do that. I think that's all you got to do is hold comments for review. Hold comments for review. You, the poster, can see them. You can always see them. Like, you post them, you can see them. Then if you leave, come back, you can still see them. You'll think you posted them. But if I'm not mistaken, maybe I'm mistaken, and your comment should be the only comment that you can see on that channel. But the content creator can see them. But I don't do that. Don't do that. But YouTube that's just what they do. So just heads up, I'm not doing that. All right, big shout out to go back here. Wait a minute. Man, I got some more just here recently. Oh, I gotta show y'all this video, this crazy video. Oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh, this is terrible. Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. Shout out to CC. I'm gonna just give the initials, CC. I hope you know who you are. You will after I show the video. Share this with me in an email. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, shame all over you. Shame all over you for this. Well, wait a minute. Look at it.
We're scared of their dog.
Oh, let me turn this down. Let me turn this nonsense down. This is foolish.
Their dog just because she was a pit bull. The next day, the owners decided to.
Here they go.
This family noticed that some people walking down the sidewalk were scared of their dog just because she was a pit bull. The next day, the owners decided to make a sign to let everyone know she was friendly, and this is what they ended up recording.
ended up recording a bunch of people sacrificing themselves, sacrificing their safety. Fact, you can ignore me. Y'all can all ignore me. You can ignore me forever. That's a fact. Y'all can't do nothing about that. A bunch of people sacrificing. That's what they recorded. Oh, man.
This family noticed.
That's terrible.
This family noticed that some people walking down the side.
Tubbs is friendly. She would love a gentle pat. No, thank you. No, thank you. Like, why would you do that? Knowing how dumb these things are, why would you do that? Why would you do? Is that a smart? It's not a smart thing to do. So why do something dumb? It's just not cool to do dumb stuff. See, as soon as you or your child gets latched onto, then you'll realize how dumb it was. Because then you know, that's not a pleasant experience. Getting mauled by a mutt. Why take the chance? Knowing how dumb these things are. All these stories about them attacking their owners.
Sidewalk were scared. Their dog.
That means that how they look is irrelevant. Who cares? I don't care how nothing look. They behave like that. Why is it? And it can't be nothing more than how they look. Take the chance just because they look what? Okay, looks are all opinion, but again, I don't care how something look. Okay, I admire a bunch of animals. If it behave in a way I don't agree with, I'm staying away from it.
Just because she was a pit bull. The next day, the owners decided to make...
That makes sense. To stay away. That it being a pit bull is even more reason to stay away from it. But even if it was a different breed, it would make sense to stay away from it. You couldn't criticize anybody for staying away from it, no matter what breed it was. Now, if it was a little small mutt, but you shouldn't just reach over, even if it's small. A small mutt to latch onto your finger, probably bite your finger off. Now, yeah, you could probably smack it away or something, but it could still reach out there and bite your finger off. You ain't immune to having a mutt bite your finger off. Yeah? It's just smart not to touch these things at all. And we need to respect the fact that it's smart not to touch them. And the bigger they are, the smarter it is to stay away from them. I understand it's harder to, it's more difficult to argue against the presence of small dogs. It's not a problem. It's a little more difficult, but it's not it's far from impossible. Far from impossible. Anybody want to debate about that? Hey, you want to exclusively talk about small dogs? There's a crowd out here who think I neglect talking about small dogs and other breeds. Experts, we can discuss that too. Some people feel like I'm vulnerable in that area. We can discuss that too. The need to exterminate small dogs. I think all world governments, not people, okay, don't go, that's against the law. You get thrown in prison, man. Don't go around killing dogs. I'm saying that the world government should be doing this. This is what they should do. I'm speaking, everybody knows this. Everybody knows it. That I'm speaking in a hypothetical world at this point. A world that's most likely never going to happen. I'm sort of speaking theoretically for the most part. What the world should be. Okay? And it's a bold thing to say. But if you're right about it, you're right about it. It shouldn't matter how bold anybody thinks it is. It makes sense. I'm not accusing anybody of anything that they're not doing. That's the thing. Okay? So it is what it is. And that's a horrible video. Let me continue with these emails. Shout out to... Whoa. Wait a minute. Got another video here. What is this? I may have shared this already. Oh, shout out to It's a long video. But shout out to FR. Shared a Walsh video. Shout out to FR. Those are the initials. I hope you know who you are. Shout out to MPJ for another video. Let me check it out here. Oh, nope, I can't see it. Sorry about that. Shared a Facebook video. I'm unable to see it. It's just like the link is broken or something like that. Shout out to Jeannie as well. Shout out to Jeannie. Sorry, I'm bad at keeping up with emails. I'd be so busy, man. So going back to at least, I would say late October-ish. I need to catch up on a lot of my email. I got a lot of time now. I got an extra day off. I don't know why National Institute sends me emails. I get a bunch of crazy emails from crazy sources that I don't approve of. Yeah, shout out to that guy in San Antonio who shot and killed 2 pit bulls that were viciously attacking a man on the west side of San Antonio. See, that's a positive thing to say. You can't criticize me, nobody can, so stop it. Check this out. Shout out to whoever sent me this. I don't remember going over this.
And the guy, pobrecito, he was crying right there. He was crying and crying and crying and crying.
Well, a big developing story right now is a man is hospitalized after being attacked by 2 pit bulls in this attack so vicious that a bystander stepped in and shot and killed both of these dogs. So police say it happened as
See, that's good. That's positive. And it's good to point that out. It's good to applaud somebody who saved people in a dog attack. I do stuff like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. And I'm saying we should rid the creatures that do stuff like this. And people. If people go around randomly attacking people, you get rid of them. Especially if you can identify them. If there's a way to, it's a way to identify dogs. And they got this pattern. And bully breeds are just the extreme over-the-top version of it. Okay? Nothing crazy about what I say. We can talk about all that.
the victim was walking along South San Gabriel near Old Highway 90 on the city's west side. And that's when 2 pit bulls went through a hole in a fence and attacked the 30-year-old man. Police say a man who lives in the area saw what was happening, grabbed his pistol, and defended the man by shooting and killing both dogs. The victim was taken to University Hospital in serious condition. Police say he had severe wounds to both of his legs. Now, the man who shot the dogs is not facing any charges. Officers say that victim could have...
That's right. That's right. Say it again. Say it again.
Officers say that...
Oh.
Facing any charges.
Oh. Say it again.
Who shot the dogs is not facing any charges. Now, the man who shot the dogs is not facing any charges. Now, the man who shot the dogs is not facing any charges. Officers say that victim could have been killed if the witness had not stepped in. And as for the owner of the dogs, the investigation continues to see if he will be criminally charged.
Thank you. That's right. Thank you. Let's go to the next email. Big shout out to D for that email. Oh. Let me show you something else. Shout out to MPJ again for this. Oh, yes. Oh, we got time. We got time. Where are the dog lovers, man? Where are the dog lovers? I mean, raise your hand if you're a dog lover. Nobody attack you. Just say hi. If you're quietly and respectfully listening, Just say hi. All the dog lovers in the house. Put up a hand. Don't say nothing else. You don't have to type a word. Just put up a hand. Okay? Just put up a hand. Where your dog lovers at? Are y'all listening? I'm about to show y'all something. You're not gonna like this. Y'all not gonna like this. Oh, but uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't remember. I know I've showed this before. But I don't remember. And that's all that matters. So I'm about to show it again. And if I've showed it, it was a long time ago. And I need to show it again. Even more reason why they should be banned. That's right. Just a giant rat. That's what it is. Giant rat. Okay? That's true. Nothing slanderous about that. Why y'all reporting my videos? Y'all sitting there. Okay, do we got hands? Come on now. We got hands. Where dog lovers at? Say hi. Nobody's going to attack you. If you're respectfully just sitting there quiet, nobody's going to attack you. Did we get any hands? How y'all doing today? It is Friday, 5:46 p.m. my time. It's already dark. It's pretty dark. It is November. Big shout out. Hope y'all comfortable sitting at home wherever you are. This is a long live stream. I can do that. I'm off work. See? So, okay, I don't see no hands. That's fine. Look at this. Look at that. However you want to do it. That's how it happens. These are giant rats. Giant rats. And it probably could have jumped over that. But it got spikes up here. It's not too high for it to jump over. Not even close. How are you supposed to be a responsible dog owner? That's what I mean when I say that. That's true. And I understand that's why dog lovers, don't want to speak up. That's fine. Shout out to somebody in the chat room. My apologies. I missed somebody because it's $14 in the super chat. I think I mentioned I shout out somebody. That's terrible. That's that's heavy evidence in favor of the people against dogs. That's a crucial piece of evidence. If you're trying to argue they should be banned, man, that is definitely a video that you want to show. True or not? That's true. That's true. And the crazy thing is, you think that everybody else would agree, because this is all the truth. But no. Oh, you can be irresponsible. No, you can't. It's impossible. Why isn't anybody pointing that out? We got millions of psychologists in the world. Nobody taking the pun. Now, there has been a few books written. Big shout out to whoever that was. Wrote those books. But, man, horrible topic. Shout out to MPJ for the video, for the content. For the truth. You see how that works? Got other people contributing to this content. That's all this is. Okay, this is just as valuable. as having people on the show. On the show. This is teamwork. People contributing content. You know, and supporting the argument. Controversial. Allegedly controversial. Oh man, I can't show this. But shout out to MPJ again. Dangerous stuff. Dangerous sacrifice. Yeah, yo. Okay, what in the world is this? I'm not. Oh no. Listen to this. I won't say who this is. They say, hello, on your YouTube channel, you left this address for feedback. I'm a representative of XXX, some type of organization. Our studio is engaged in the development of game strategy, and we are a part of some other organization. Soon we are going to release a new game, which is our main creation. We're interested in promoting our product on your channel. You can find information about our offer in the presentation at the link. They give a link. Say, if you are open to cooperation, please contact us at business at Amplitude Studio. Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to give out that information. How did I do that? I lost my train of thought there. That was a horrible mistake. I don't like to give out people's personal information. Anyways, I'm reading that. Would that annoy anybody? I guess it would be like a commercial. Probably a scam, right? Well, I guess this is an email. I didn't give the whole name anyways. I think it's an email. It could be a scam. They got a PDF here that I'm not going to click. Can't click it anyways. I don't even know what this is. What in the world? It says chat request. No. Ignore or accept. No. No thanks. Oh my goodness. What in the world is this? Is this an email? What is this? Am I hacked, people? I might have to show y'all this. What in the world is this? You said yes, be careful. Yeah, this sounds like a scam. No, I'm not gonna mess with that. Anyways, on to the next email. That's terrible. What in the world? Oh, okay. Shout out to MPJ. I think dogs are trash. Shout out to dogs are trash. All right. Yeah, that was good. Didn't give out anybody's name. I'm good. Shout out to DS. Oh boy. Oh, wait a minute. What is this? Oh no. No. Yeah, I gotta be. No links. Send images or YouTube links. Some of these links, I'm nervous. I can't click them. I had a bad experience recently. Oh boy. Shout out to MR with it. Oh, wait a minute. This is terrible. It's bad. It's bad when people subscribe to my channel or in other content creators' channel. It's bad. That's just bad news. When people know the truth of these things, that's bad news. Because it's hard to resist. It's hard to resist the truth. That's why, we don't have no turnover rate. Ain't no anti-dog person gonna ever be a dog person again. If they reformed, and if they're born anti-dog, it'll never happen. Never happen. That's crazy. That means people have been duped in the billions. Duped. It's like, wow, that's something for the history books. That's really something for the history books. I don't know why people are not talking about this. That's crazy. That's crazy for any social movement. Because all social movements, you have people who turn against it or who change beliefs. Like people who change religions. Or people who change beliefs in general. Stuff changes. Everything changes. Except that. Anti-dog is forever. Forever. I'm telling you, it's going to be institutions that are going to try to monetize it. They're going to try to build things for anti-dog people. When you got a demographic that's never going to go nowhere, and they're going to teach their kids to be anti-dog, ain't nothing going to stop that. There's a population of people that's going to always grow and never shrink. Think about that. Always grow and never shrink. Eventually, they're going to take over the world. Anti-dog people going to eventually. There's going to be something. Something's going to happen. Or the people, the dog people going to try to stop them somehow. But it's nothing that can stop them. You can't take nobody. Everybody know the truth. Everybody out here saying the same thing. I don't have to coach nobody into saying anything. If you listen to these other content creators, they'll be going on narratives I never even touched on. But everything that they're saying is the truth. That's crazy. That in general, that's a rare social movement, or I guess you could say, right? At least that's my understanding of it. I could be wrong. Another thing, I'm never up here. I'm not these types. I'm always right. People can disagree. You can believe what you want. That's just what I believe. Now, what is going on up in here? Maybe we can have a long live stream up in here. I got excited throughout the week. I started calling out dog lovers. Y'all welcome. Y'all welcome. If you got a serious question, maybe you love dogs, and you're against people out here talking about or against dogs and accurately explaining why it makes sense to completely remove them from society, at least in breed specific ways. It has to tear some people up. The people who lay in bed with these things. You know what I mean? People who lay in bed and you're doing all these weird things. You gotta love these things. To your core, you love them. You say this. Esmeralda, help me out. Grizzly Bear. Mr. Champagne, help me out. Ban all dogs. Help me out. King Bay. Why do y'all listen? So some of you, eventually, you're going to turn to be anti-dog. It's going to make too much sense to you. You should not want to listen. Like we're dangerous YouTubers. Yes, we have a small audience, but you should stay away from us, the dog lovers. You should stay away from us. But you can't. You can't resist the truth. You can't. You always come back to the truth. That's what I learned in life. That's what life taught me. No matter how far you stray away from it, you always come right back to the truth. Sometimes you might stray into some weird or crazy or whack things. Over time, if you live through it, you come back to your natural self. Like I got into some crazy stuff as a youngster. I lived through it. I'm 45 now. I'm just a model citizen. I don't break no laws. Tax-paying, major tax-paying citizen. I don't break no law. Cops camp out at my job, man. They're always at my job. They basically patrol our job. So, man, I'd like to know. I'm always wondering. I don't know about nobody else. I'm always wondering what dog lovers think when they hear critics of dog culture. Like, what do you think about that? What are your thoughts? I never hear from these people. All I hear is that guy, that one goofy critic, who I just look at as a comedian, man. I don't know about nobody else. I view that guy as a comedian. He's funny. He sounds funny. And everything he says is goofy, is emotional. Oh, I love dogs. That's basically his channel, his whole narrative. All of them. Every critic I've had is always goofy. Oh, but I love dogs. And that's all that matters. Is what they say in a nutshell. Which is crazy. And it's interesting, at least. Again, I don't understand why true psychologists are not fascinated with this dog culture. And I imagine eventually some of them are going to try it to sort of make it, maybe make a name for themselves, be, what do you call it, Slate specializes in it. I mentioned it before. Be contrary. Some of them might try it to be contrary. And some of them might have. And it might start that way. You know, some people might try it just because it's contrary. It might bring, they already do that. They've been doing that. Now, I don't know if they were sincere or not, but they'll write anti-dog articles. But it's hard to believe that people who speak in that type of truth are doing it just for views, just for clicks. You got to really believe, or eventually it's going to rub on you. It's going to make too much sense. And you're going to be truly anti-dog. And there's no turning around. There's no turning back. No turning back, man. But dog lovers can turn away from dogs. It happens all the time. That fascinates me. People fascinate me. Dogs don't. Nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Dogs don't fascinate. Ain't nothing fascinating about a dumb mutt. Nobody gonna tell me otherwise. Huh? Dogs are worthless. Nothing fascinating about them. Right. Yeah, I wouldn't own any pet. Everybody knows that though. Not a cat. I wouldn't touch a cat. I wouldn't go into a house where a cat. I'm too germ. I'm anti-germ like that. When it comes to dogs, when it comes to animals, period, zoonotic diseases are some of the worst. You know, it's the reason why the nature sort of made them to want to stay away from us. Except for dogs. Nature did that for a reason. Not for you to hate them. You can admire them. A lot of cultures have incorporated them into their culture. You know. Has nothing to do with hate. Or that goes for all. Nothing to do with hate. But I wouldn't go to, you know, I can't do that. Them germs is dangerous. Plus my allergies is crazy. I got the crazy. At my age, my allergies are very crazy. The air quality at my job is not the best. I got the worst sinuses you can imagine. So yeah. Yeah, let me there was another video that I wanted to show here. Wait a minute. Okay. So shout out to GB. Somebody was charged a dog charged at somebody. I hope he's okay. I hear a lot of sad stories, man. A lot of people send me a lot of personal emails that I can't share. What in the world? Wait a minute. Let me share this. Wait a minute. Wait, what is this? Okay. World. No, I can't read that. Wait a minute. Okay. What in the world is this? This is so sad. This is crazy, man. Look at this. Wait a minute. Can y'all see that? Wait a minute. Hey, I have a question. What do you think? What do you think dog investors are going to do? Like, if I had a dog empire, I'd make some changes, because I'd see, isn't the demise of it imminent? Oh, is that the right word? Isn't it imminent? Like, it's guaranteed to happen eventually? Is it wrong to see it? That's the way I see it. I'm trying to predict the future. I believe it's imminent. It has nothing to do with us or what we're going to do. I'm not saying go do something crazy. But that is crazy. Just an animal that had that type of impact on our existence. Shout out to everybody able to join me. And I hope to see you in the next as we continue with this crusade.